Stop reaching for the mouse. Linux Mint already has powerful keyboard shortcuts that can open apps, manage windows, and control your desktop in seconds. Let me show you the ones you should start using today. You probably already use the super key or the Windows key to open the menu, type the name of an application, launch it. That's normal, nothing surprising here. But if you frequently open the File Explorer Nemo, which I'm sure you do, just press Super plus E. Again, Super is the Windows logoed key on most keyboards. We call it Super in Linux. So with this shortcut, you don't have to type the or search for the file manager. It opens instantly. Super plus E. Later I'll show you a shortcut that can instantly restart your desktop if it ever freezes. Before that, know that quickly opening terminal just takes the magical combination of Control plus Alt plus T. And if a terminal is already opened, Control plus Shift plus T will open a new tab inside it. This Control plus Alt plus T shortcut most likely comes from Ubuntu. And honestly, I kind of hope it becomes a standard across all Linux distributions, which is a wishful thinking. Next, let's switch between application windows. Why fiddle with mouse just to cycle through open apps? Simply press Alt plus Tab. Press it once and you move to the next opened application. Keep holding the Alt key and press Tab repeatedly to move through them. Now, if an application has multiple windows open, you can switch between them with Alt plus backtick. You just need to locate the backtick key because, well, let's be honest, most of us don't use it every day, do we? And here is a quick tip, and one of my favorites on non-GNOME desktops. Press Super plus D. It instantly minimizes all the open windows and shows the desktop. Press it again, and everything comes back exactly as it was. Moving on to window tiling. Now, Cinnamon isn't a tiling window manager, but it does support basic tiling similar to what you see in most desktop environments and most Linux distributions. For example, press Super plus left arrow and the window snaps to the left half of the screen. Press Super plus right arrow and it snaps to the right half. You can also move windows to the top or bottom using the up and down arrow keys with Super. This is especially useful when you are working with two applications side by side, and especially helpful and even more particularly helpful if you're using an ultra wide monitor. You get to utilize the most of the wide screen. A rather underutilized feature in Linux Mint is workspaces. And trust me, keyboard shortcuts make them much easier to use. To see the workspace overview, press Ctrl plus Alt plus up. You'll get a visual overview of all available workspaces. To switch between them, use Ctrl plus Alt plus left or Ctrl plus Alt plus right. Pretty neat, right? Speaking of visuals, let's talk about screenshots and the not so known screen recorder shortcuts in Linux Mint. Now, taking screenshots in Linux Mint is simple. Press the print screen key to capture the entire screen. Oh, what most people don't know that if you want to capture only a specific area, press Shift plus print screen and then select the region. Also, if you press Alt plus print screen, it captures only the currently active application window. But that's not all. Linux Mint also includes a built-in screen recorder. You don't need to download simple screen recorder or CASM or anything. Just press Ctrl plus Shift plus Alt plus R and recording starts immediately. Press the same shortcut again and it stops. The recorded videos will be saved automatically in the videos folder of your home directory. That's actually how videos like this one are recorded. Let me share another useful tip that I talked about earlier. If your Linux Mint desktop ever feels sluggish, you don't need to reboot the entire system. Just press Ctrl plus Alt plus Escape key to restart the Cinnamon desktop environment. Well, it helps at times. Also, in the same regard, if you're stepping away from your computer, you can quickly lock the screen with Control plus Alt plus L. And if you want to open the logout menu, you use the Control plus Alt plus Delete. You can similarly access the power menu for shutdown or reboot with Control plus Alt plus and keys. Before you log out of this video, let me show you one shortcut trick that most Linux Mint users completely miss, and that is custom shortcuts. You might have noticed that the Keychron brown keyboard I was using doesn't have a dedicated print screen key. So what I did was to create my own custom shortcut using Alt plus P. So I press Alt plus P, it takes a screenshot. So you can do the same. Just open the start menu, search for keyboard, and go to the shortcuts tab. From there, you can assign shortcuts to almost any action. For example, you could create a shortcut that launches your favorite application instantly. How cool is that? We don't get to appreciate small things like custom keyboard until you use something that does not allow you to change anything. Trust me on this. There are many more shortcuts. For example, Super plus N opens notification and Alt plus F4, which is kind of universal keyboard shortcut for closing an application. I obviously cannot list them all here, but you're more than welcome to explore them and share your favorite shortcuts in the commands. Well, keyboard shortcuts may seem small at first, but once they become muscle memory, they can make your Linux workflow much faster, much more efficient. Pick a few shortcuts from this video and start using them today. Keep rocking Linux Mint, and I'll see you in the next video.